This platinum trophy is so rare that less than 10,000 people have it. And I just had to be one of them. So I tried to platinum Cuphead in just 1 week. But there's a catch. If I couldn't do it, I would have to eat the world's hottest chocolate. And this is the story of how it went. I had already gotten 7 of these trophies because I played the game a little bit before, so we start this challenge on aisle 3. The first boss I went up against was Honey Bottoms, and it was definitely a punishing way to learn how to play the game again. Whoa, what is that? What is that? Oh my god, it was so close! But we did beat her just under an hour. Yes! The next boss we took on was Captain Brinnybeard, and honestly, it was pretty much a joke of a boss. Let's go, baby! 2 bosses already underneath my belt. Everything seemed to be going great so far. Until I met her. She would make this challenge a living hell for me now and later. I tried finding her for about an hour and I just couldn't get through it. All the things to dodge were just extremely punishing, and when I got to the eel phase, I had no idea how to handle it. I just kept getting frozen, so I just decided to move on. How do you dodge that? So for now, I moved on to the other plane level in aisle 3, Dr. Call's robot, and my chat was telling me that this plane level was so much harder than Cala Maria, but I disagree, and I would have beaten him so much faster here too if it wasn't for me tilting off the planet, because look at this. I deserved this win. Dude, it's gonna be right. I'm on the flag. Just give it to me, bro. But at this point, it was pretty clear that I had it down pat, and it just took a few more tries. Yes! Yes! So now I thought to myself, hey, I've had so much practice dodging. I should totally be able to do Cala Maria, dude. No, that's where you'd be so wrong, so desperately wrong. I finally somewhat start to get past the eel phase, but I just can't consistently do it. And then when I get to the final stage, I just keep getting hit by this stupid coral because there's 8,000 things around me. So I gave up again, and I was like, let me go fight a different boss, gain some confidence. So we went for Sally's stage play, and that was a joke. It took me 10 minutes. But chat gave me a tip to go get coffee in order to get my cards faster, and that really helped me. But then I had my real secret weapon come out because I ate 10 spicy chicken nuggets from Wendy's, specifically with ghost pepper ranch, and I knew I was ready. Let's go! Yes! I did it! I did it first try! Well, first try after the chicken nuggets, and I got an A- on it. Next, I decided to go do the final mausoleum so I could practice some parrying, and then that netted us our first trophy of the challenge, Magician Lord, which is basically just getting all of the super arts. Now we only have 2 bosses left on aisle 3, so I decided to go for the Phantom Express, and honestly, it isn't a difficult boss. But after 6 hours of streaming, yes it is. I was just so exhausted, so I decided we would try again in the morning, even though we had only gotten 1 trophy today. Soon after starting stream on day 2, I was able to defeat the Phantom Express in no time. I just needed a fresh brain. The final boss left on aisle 3 to get the trophy was Werner Werman. I was having a hard time with him just because of the amount of things I had to pay attention to. Like, every time I paid attention to the bottle caps, I forgot about the fire. And every time I was shooting underneath him to avoid the bottle caps, I forgot he was gonna come down and boink me in the head. She learned! She didn't learn! But not after too long, we finally defeated him, and that brought us to our 9th trophy, a trip downtown, defeating all bosses on aisle 3. And now the worst part of day 2 begins, and the most embarrassing, the fight with King Dice. Don't get too mad. No, I'm not gonna tilt. No, I'm good. I'd say King Dice is one of the most difficult bosses just because of pure fatigue. You have to go through so many small bosses to get to him, and at first you have to learn them as well. A lot of times my eyes just ended up glazing over because of how many times I fought them, and because every run would go a little something like this. Do you want to hit it too? I would aim for a certain number on the dice, hit the wrong number because I can't figure out the timing on the parry, land on a boss I hate, lose health. What? This one's so hard. And then finally get to the last dice roll, mess that up, hit start over, fight virtually every boss on the board, and then lose to King Dice because I don't understand how to parry off his cards. Times I hit start over on the board is absolutely absolutely ridiculous. Like, you'd think I was doing it on purpose at this point. No shot. No shot. I can't stand myself, bro. I'm gonna go cry. I fought this man for 4 hours until finally... Come on, man. What? 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 No shot. Well, I'll take it. The game said, you've taken too long. Take this dub. I'm tired. I got the trophy. It doesn't matter. I got a glitch. A literal glitch that is apparently so rare that my chat told me the devs never thought there was a reason to patch it out. We take those, baby. Then I got a trophy pop that I didn't really expect. Oh, rolling sixes. Oh my god! Now this is a little weird because I realized while editing that I definitely did get hit, but I guess because I had 3 HP by the end of the fight, that's what it considers as not getting hit. But I mean, I'm not complaining, like, we do take those. During the mini boss fights, I also picked up the trophy to defeat a boss with a super art, bringing us up to 12 trophies. Now there was only one more thing left to do to beat this game. It was time to go up against the devil, which may I say is significantly easier than King Dice. It took me a couple tries to kind of get his patterns down, but it took me like 30 minutes. Yeah! It was all you, Jet. That's all you. We got it. We beat the devil. We got it. Because we beat the devil, we also beat the game on normal, getting us another trophy. And then I rebooted the game to get the bad ending, giving the soul contracts to the devil, giving us the selling out trophy, which means we are up to 15 trophies. Now you say, there's no way she isn't gonna make it. She already has half the trophies on day 2. But the hardest trophies are yet to come. My main plan for day 3 was just to get as many bosses done on expert as I could. For a trophy, I had to get an S rank on one boss, meaning I had to beat them on expert with a bunch of requirements. So I did it on the root pack because it's the simplest boss, earning our 16th trophy. So now it was time to make our way from isle to isle, defeating bosses again, but this time on expert. Isle 1 still wasn't really much of a challenge even on expert. The hardest boss though was definitely Ribby and Croaks. Those coins are so freaking annoying. They're like heat seeking. How do I avoid those coins? But Isle 2 definitely had some bosses on expert that really tilted me. So much so actually that I had to stop fighting bosses and try to pick up some miscellaneous trophies to get myself some serotonin to continue going. All I had to do was parry 5 times before hitting the ground, and I thought the best place to do that was the run and gun with the balloons. So this got us our 17th trophy, and it gave me some happiness to keep going. I did end up beating a couple bosses on Isle 2, but there were some just like Wally that were so difficult for me. There were just so many projectiles to pay attention to, and I couldn't figure out my spacing. At the end of day 3, I recognized I was just too mentally fatigued to keep going, but I was extremely disappointed in myself because I just hadn't made much progress. I just stared at it. Yeah, I think it's just time to call it a night, chat. And I also didn't want to eat the world's hottest chocolate, so after stream, I actually ended up getting a few things done that weren't as fun to watch. I had picked up all the hidden coins through the normal run of the game, and I was just missing a singular coin in a running gun. So I got that, and once I did, Coffers Fuller popped, and so did High Roller, pushing us to 19 trophies for getting all of the coins in the game. This is when I realized I couldn't buy everything in the shop from Pork Rinds because I accidentally bought a weapon that belonged to the DLC. So I had to go to the DLC aisle just to pick up all the hidden coins from there to afford the last base game weapon, or else we wouldn't have been able to get this trophy. Which means we have 20 trophies by the end of day 3. Only 9 more trophies. How hard could it be? We started off the day right. I immediately went to go fight Grim and beat him really fast on expert, surprisingly. I did defeat Grim with an extra special move, giving us the Ceramic Strike trophy. Now came for the most tilt I've had in this game so far. Wally Warbles. The first phase was just extremely difficult for me. I could not get into a rhythm of dodging the projectiles for hours. I would take so much damage in the first phase, I wouldn't really have much of a chance to get past the second one.
That's what I'm talking about. They're waited. She's waited for me to get too close to her mouth. And she's like, oh, here's an egg. Also, since when do eggs come out of birds' mouths? Does that happen? Does that happen? Is that how it works? I don't think so.
So when I was taking a break from Wally, I actually learned how to go do the run and guns on passive. At least for aisle 1, it was pretty easy. And then I went back to Wally and tasted failure again. So I made the executive decision to go back and keep passiving run and guns. But guess what? It didn't get any better doing run and guns. I also failed doing that. So I went back to Wally, but this time I got further with failing. I was actually making it to the final phase. Oh, what the fuck? Ah! Shit! They're so close!
We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. My mind opened up. It unlocked. It unlocked. I understood how to move around with those spinning freaking eggs. Dude, we got it, chat. We got it.
You get the pattern here, don't you? I didn't get past the final phase. I couldn't beat it, so I went back for a different flavor of tilt.
You're kidding! Fuck that ketchup!
Finally, after taking no damage in the cannon section and saving all of my health for the flying condiments and pretzels, I managed to beat it on passive. What better time than now, after a dub, to also defeat Wally? Just kidding, I couldn't do it again, so it was time for another run and gun.
Yeah, okay, chat. We're literally gonna move on to something else because it's like I can't handle seeing this bird anymore.
Once I was patient and waited for free parries on the ducks, I got through the annoying part of the course easily with invincibility.
Okay, maybe we can still do this.
Oh, we did it! I thought I had all the running guns on passive locked down, but oh my god, the ones on aisle 3 are a menace. The amount of fish I've run into on this level. Oh, I finally happened to dodge the fish? Oh, too bad. I ran into anything else. Not to mention the end of this run and gun. You have me feeling like I'm at an all-you-can-eat shrimp buffet. Day 4 for me was extremely frustrating. I felt like I barely made any progress. And honestly, I was starting to sweat, wondering if I could even beat this game on expert. But of course, mentally, I couldn't handle the fact that I didn't make much progress. So after hours, I went over to aisle 1 and casually A-ranked every boss to get the sheriff trophy, get at least something done, bringing us to 22 trophies at the end of the night. You have to understand how annoying it is when I start fighting Wally on day 5 and everybody and their mother's like, what, you haven't beaten Wally yet? Huh? No, I haven't beaten Wally yet. What inclines you to say this? But soon enough, I'd never read that chat message again because not only did I defeat Wally, but I also A-ranked him.
Yeah! It's still an A. I don't care. I'm so happy it's done. I never have to see this bitch again.
We started off today on the right foot and I felt unstoppable. And now we were finally off to aisle 3, which is surprisingly easier for me. I blew through Honey Bottoms really quick, even getting the A rank on her. Werner, I went through even faster, finishing the fight in 10 minutes. I felt like I was on fire, which was nice considering what happened yesterday. A Sally stage play in 5 minutes, light work. I was unstoppable today. Phantom Express also completed in 5 minutes, man. Who is she? All that was left was the 2 plain levels, which are arguably the hardest on aisle 3, and Captain Brinnybeard. This is where the difficulty ramped up for me. I didn't expect the captain to be as difficult for me as it was on expert, considering how easy it was in the normal runs. So I kept switching between captain and the robot whenever I would feel too hard stuck on one level. Eventually, this led me to beating Dr. Call, and the strategy was really working for me, since half this game is really about not allowing yourself to tilt. Not too long after this, we also turned Captain Brinny into Shark Bait. This means we had cleared out all of aisle 3 bosses in about 3 hours. All except for one, of course.
There's one more boss. There's one more boss to beat on expert here, and it's the one that always gives me trouble.
Oh, Cala Maria. You remember how I told you that she caused me a lot of problems in my normal run? Now just imagine what she did to me on expert. What you don't know is in between me defeating all these bosses, I had several goes at Cala Maria already, but she would immediately tilt me. Phase 1 is just so brutal, and now she has those 2 random attacks going at the same time, and some of those combinations made me want to give up on the challenge and just swallow the chocolate right then and there.
I'm sad, chat.
And the eel phase just got so much worse. I mean, do I even have to explain? How does anyone do this? Actually, she was so brutal that I decided I was gonna go practice King Dice instead. Imagine that. King king dice. It definitely took some time to learn the patterns of the mini bosses again, but I mean, there wasn't much they could do to change them besides making them attack faster or change up the way they do a little bit. But of course, in true Vaqr gaming fashion, I still could not hit the dice on the proper number.
Come on, man. Come on.
Leading me into a fight with everyone's favorite mini boss. I am usually horrible at the matching game, but my last 2 brain cells were really rubbing together during this fight, and I matched almost every single card correctly first try, which I really needed to do or else the monkey would speed up extremely fast, making it significantly harder to get away from. I managed to get through it unscathed with 3 HP and correctly hitting the number, passing over start over, and into the king dice fight. I was ready for this.
Did I just do that?
I guessed almost perfectly where he would put his hand down and manage to get behind it every time but one. As you can see, I was surprised I even managed. All that was left for the expert trophy was beating the devil and Cala Maria. After going back to Cala Maria, one of my mods finally noticed that I had been staying petrified for too long.
Oh, every button? I've just been pressing X. 23 input? Wait. I feel like, wait, am I supposed to be mashing every single button? No shot. What? Oh my God, I'm so angry. I didn't have this information earlier. Oh my God, I got out of it so quickly. I had no idea how to press all of the buttons. I've been playing this on that expert.
I don't know what I felt more, anger or relief, because at least this is the thing I need to push me through, but man, this would have been nice to know, like, I don't know, 26 hours ago. I know what you're thinking. She has the final piece of the puzzle. She's gonna end game 5 beating Cala Maria. No, once again, you're so wrong. I tilted into another plane of existence, and by now it's time to pack it up and go home. Not a single trophy earned all of day 5. We really had to pick things up or there was no shot I would make it. 7 trophies left, and one of them was the platinum. Desperate but determined is exactly how I felt when I went into my fight with Cala Maria. After the key knowledge I had learned yesterday, nothing was gonna stop me. Yes! It's finally done! Now the devil was the only boss in my way to get that expert trophy, and I beat him so easily in normal I wasn't even sweating. Except for some reason, after 4 straight hours of fighting the devil, I could not beat him.
I should have hit.
At this point, I was panicking. I stopped believing in myself completely. My mental was in the gutter. It started to feel impossible. I still had so much left to do, and I couldn't even get past the devil. I've already been streaming for 5 hours. Tomorrow's the last day. How am I gonna pull this off? So I finally took a break from the devil. I gave Rugged Ridge another try. It was clear I finally learned the proper spacing and how to parry off those walls to finally make it to the easy chase scene. Yes! Yes! I did something! I did something! Clearing this meant I only had one more running gun to passive, upping my confidence just slightly. And then I decided to go back to the devil, but to fight him on normal to up my confidence. And I did it first try, with an A rank too. This is something I wasn't even planning on, but I ended up popping our first trophy of the day, which was getting an A rank on all bosses in Inkwell Hell. So this is when I recognized I needed to completely switch gears in order to save this run.
We're gonna get out of here. We're not gonna let it tilt. We're gonna do other stuff while we have a fresh brain.
So instead of banging my head against the wall to get the expert trophy, I would go clean up all the bosses I hadn't A ranked. And then that's where the energy of the stream totally shifted. Oh, yes! Like clockwork, one after another, I was easily A ranking boss after boss.
First try.
And we started to recover, scoring our 24th trophy. You see, my plan was that if I could beat all the bosses on expert first, then A ranking them should be easy. And boy, was that plan working.
A plus, a perfect score. I think I got it. Hey, let's go. Oh my God, I was a second under it. Let's go. Let's go, I did it.
And with our 25th trophy popping, I had A ranked every single boss in the game. We had recovered, saved the run from total failure to possible failure, because we still have 3 trophies left before the platinum. The dreaded final day. Could I pull it off, or was I gonna spend countless hours fighting the devil just to eat the world's hottest chocolate? Ah! Fuck. Yes! Yes! Oh! Just like that, countless hours turned into countless minutes, and may I say, it was so cool to see the 200% progress. All that was left to do was passive one more run and gun and beat a boss using only mini plane bullets. Light work, right? Now for the mini plane trophy, I realized that not only can I use the genie wish to grant me more lives, but defeating one of King Dice's plane levels also counts as a boss, which is significantly easier to do. Which is also kind of funny because this is one of my most hated mini bosses from King Dice, so it was nice to disrespect it like this first try.
I was staring at, oh!
That's it! You could see it from the smile on my face. I knew I could do this. We did it! We did it! That was it! What? Oh my God! Pop the platinum! Let's go! Oh my God! We did it, chat! We did it! We did it in less than a week! That's it, baby! That's the fucking platinum, baby! Please eat chocolate for fun. No! Absolutely not! I'm gonna throw this shit in the trash, bro. I'm not eating this shit. I'll be doing more challenges like this in the future, so you should like and subscribe, and also follow my Twitch if you want to see this all happen live.